Welcome back. Today we're not gonna create a game. We're not gonna just go over scratch. Rather, we're gonna create our own piano. Welcome back. Today we're not gonna make a game. We're not gonna go over scratch. Rather, we'll be making our own piano today. You know, let's go into music. So unfortunately, our good friend the cat, we're not gonna need him. We're gonna remove him. Now we're gonna create a new sprite. What we want to do with this, make sure our color is set to just white. That's all we need for now. And then the outline, we want it to be a bit grayish. And wrong one. And make sure to be on the last one. And then, just draw a rectangle. And then just go back to the top, copy it, and paste it. We need 8 of these, so we need 7 more. And that's it. So now what we want, we just place them. I made 9, so we're just gonna take one of these out. But to make this easier, we're gonna just, delete all this and just draw it again, but draw it smaller. Now with this, I'm gonna copy this and make 7 of it. And then we just drag it out. Now we start placing. What we want to do, to the best of our abilities, we want to just place it side by side. Make sure they're all balanced. And with this, I believe this is balanced enough. See, when we expand it, see there are holes in between them. So what we want, we're just gonna pull these closer. So now we have our piano. I want to make sure it's sitting right here. And then this is what we have. We can just move it around in here. It shouldn't change this. For now, we're not going to need this. We're going to go back to our code and set this to 0, the Y to 0. For today, under the events tab, all we're going to need is just this one. When this sprite is clicked, we're going to go down here. Since we're making a piano, we have nothing, we have sound, but we're going to have to randomize it if we use these ones. We're going to open it down here, and then we see music, Pulley instruments, and drums. And we open this. It has a drum, it has a piano. If you move this down, you see it has 21 instruments we can choose from. We're going to stay on the piano today. And you say the play note. Of this, that's the sound it makes when you click on it. So now we don't really want this sprite to be what's making the song. So what we're going to do is go back over to costumes, turn off the outline down here, and darken the fill color completely. And this, what we're going to do, so we're going to make a small black, darker box like that. And zoom in on this, so we'll shrink it a bit and copy and then paste. We only need 5 of these. So now we need 3 more. I'll take that. We're gonna skip one, and I'll show you why. And just place them kind of accordingly. Just make sure you leave a space over there. What we're gonna do, and add this at the end. So now this is what our piano looks like. The reason why we made it like this, because if you go back to code, this is exactly what is there. There are 2 here, 2, and 3 down here. So we're gonna be following this exact pattern while we're making the piano today. So that's not the last we're gonna see of the costumes today. There's a lot we're gonna use that for. But what we want to do is just to make sure that we don't have to keep repeating this down the line. Under in looks, what we want to do, so when we click our piano, it doesn't just stay bright. It looks like there's actually a shadow being on top of it. We're gonna take the brightness, change this to -50, and then the sec color, place it right underneath this, and keep this at 0, but change this to brightness. So now what we want, it gets darker, it comes back. Now you don't click the entire piano at once. So now we're gonna duplicate this. Since we made 8, we're gonna make 8 more duplicates. So it should end at sprite 9, what we want. So now we have 8 duplicates. To make sure they're all aligned, the X and Y coordinates, we're gonna just change all that to 0. For this, each of them are all corresponding just in one position. Now, if you hide one, you will notice it. But we don't want all the keys to go dark. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna leave sprite 1 like this and move over to sprite 2. And then go over to costumes. Make sure you're in sprite 2 for this. And then we're gonna take these out. And just highlight these. But leave this key. Don't move it at all. And delete the others. So now for sprite 2, if you click on it, yeah. So now this is sprite 2. We're gonna turn everything else off so we can see sprite 2. It's gonna hide it all. And now there's sprite 2. For sprite 3, what we're gonna do, turn that on, and then move over to costumes. Now we're gonna just repeat the same process and take this. What you can see, these are overlapping. All right, for now, that's not the problem. All our keys are completely there. Click on it, each one goes dark when you click on it, not when you click on the other one. So we're gonna go back over to sprite 1. And on this sprite 1, if we click show, we see it has these. So what we want to do before we get to creating these ones is on each sprite, we want to make sure the notes correspond to each key. So for the second key, we want this one, D62. For sprite 4, we want E64. For sprite 5, F65. And from there, we're just going to keep moving down the line. Yes. Now our keyboard plays the exact same sounds as this one. Now we're going to go back to sprite 1. This is the last time we're going to duplicate. and duplicate it 5 times because we need 5 of these. We're gonna click duplicate once, twice, 3 times, 4, and the last duplicate. And don't forget, set all these to 0. But we don't want to have to be moving them after. Let's say you don't set this to 0. This is what we're gonna do. We'll turn everything else off so we can see it. Probably sprite 1. I'm gonna keep that off for now. And now for sprite 10, if we turn it off, this is it. What we're gonna do is go over the costumes and take everything else off. We'll leave this one alone. We'll delete these, and now it's right there. But we don't want to be clicking the piano up here and then move down here. So that's why we set everything to 0. And we'll leave it like that for now. We'll adjust this after. So for each one, you just repeat the same process we did for the top one. It's on the right spot. But now you see these ones go back over here. Wait, this one doesn't look like this. So for this, that's sprite 3. And these are sprite 10 and sprite 11. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna remove them and go back here. Now, let's say we'll take this to 2, just to confirm it's the right one. And then set it to 0. I believe this should work. Now, if we set this to 0, it goes over there. But does it still go underneath? No. This is what we have. We have all these. They're not in order, but doesn't matter. You know what? Maybe it does matter. So we're just gonna pull this, and just leave it down here. Well, you want to make sure to know which is which. So under this one, you're gonna change this to this. This one, so this is my last one now. What I'm gonna do is change the last one. For this, you just click it a few times. It's gonna glow purple, so you know which one it is, and adjust it to whatever that is. Now we know which key goes where. And for now, this is our entire piano. And what we're gonna do, since these top ones don't really go darker when you click them, we don't really need to make them go darker. The brightness doesn't really affect them. You could keep it, you could take it out. Doesn't change anything. But now, when you click these, they make the sounds, and it turns dark. So it looks like you're casting a shadow over it. So now, we've made this piano look exactly like this. But as you can see, over here, this has a backdrop. So we don't want the piano to completely blend in here. What we're gonna do, we just remove the first one, or you could keep it, just whichever one you want. Yeah, just change the color to whatever you feel like. I'll just stick to blue, and just zoom out completely, and click on this, and just draw it. So you have like a base for your piano to stay on. So that's the entirety of what we're gonna do today. When you click a button, it plays the song. You can use this and form whatever song you want. Stay tuned. Next time, let's see. Whatever you out of all these, so we could try the guitar next time. But for today, this is all we're gonna do. I'll see you next week.